Hi guys, this is Negla. I'm here with the 2017 July reading for the feminine energies. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, please check my website soulspeak.com. You'll see all my services listed there. Also, I'd like to invite you to join my Facebook group page, Soul Speak. I channel a lot of messages on my group page. I usually get those intuitive guidances from the guys to post special reports or things that I need to say, so the collect can really get to know what's going on in an energetic perspective. For those who are just starting to tune in to my readings, I usually start with the cards that represent the energy or represent the energy of the kinds of healing that the feminine have been going through, and then I go into the romance angel cards, and then I end my reading with an outlook for the finances and careers. The first card that came for our feminine energies is the card Release, and the first thing that came with this card is releasing of the past. I feel that and especially seeing this kind of a divine feminine or divine angel, she's rising up above, and if you look at her, she's looking at the ground, and at the same time she's choosing to go up. We have some fireflies here, and the first thing that comes with it is really that the feminine energies are making those conscious choices and decisions to release their past, fully release their old chapters, and it's just not a regular release, but it's also a release with love. I feel very much, and especially that we're gonna get a full moon on July 9th. I feel that the full moon for the feminine energies is going to help them fully detach and release painful chapters from their past, painful connections. I see them, some of them also detaching from some addictions. So because the full moon is just going to illuminate things that need to happen, or is going to illuminate a certain action. So I feel very much the word release here is representation of things that are not for the highest good for our feminine energy. So they should be looking forward to a release of that. The fireflies again is an illumination of things that we need to fully see, and I feel this is a great card for to start the month of July for our feminine, because again there's a lot of purging and a lot of clearing that has happened with our divine feminine energies, and I feel this is a confirmation for the amount of hard work that they've been doing so far. The second card that came for our feminine energies is Kinder Spirits, and I know this card came before for our feminine energies, and I very much this card is about what's happening right now in this moment, that more of the divine feminine energies are choosing to connect with their soul families. They're choosing more to really honor their connection with other divine feminine energies. I feel more and more the divine feminine is stepping into their past lives and their past life connections, and honoring those connections, especially with people from the same soul family. So there are people from the past returning into this current future. So I feel, again, I feel the same thing with this card, is that past life connections are coming into our full picture right now. It could be from a divine lover, your twin flame. I feel very much with the divine feminine that they're more, the guys are recommending and really emphasizing the importance of connecting with our kindred spirits, with people and souls that are supporting of our ascension, and they're very supportive of our healing. They're supportive of our missions and life purpose. This is a gathering of the troops kind of card that I feel coming with it. The third card that's coming for our feminine is Wisdom, and the Wisdom card has Goddess Athena, the Greek goddess of wisdom. On her shoulder there's the owl. the myth says that goddess Athena had a blind side, which the owl was able to help her connect with that blind side. Because at times she wasn't fully able to see the full picture, but her owl, her companion, was able to show her what she couldn't see. I feel very much this again is a commendation for our feminine energies, that many of them are tapping into their inner wisdom. Many of them are starting to see things from that bigger perspective, and they're starting to learn things that help them understand what their wisdom is all about, what their feminine intuition has been guiding them through, because they're starting to see things materialize, and they're starting to see things really come into full fruition, because they have trusted their intuition, they have trusted the guidance of their guides, and because we reach these points, we are able to fully form wiser decisions. We're able to fully have the wisdom look to what's going on in our lives. Um, Again, I'm seeing here it's a sunset, but I feel very much this is a connection to the full moon coming up. I feel this is going to be also illuminated, not only just the release of the past, but also um, the wisdom gained. This is what the guy just said. This is also a representation of the wisdom gained from all these chapters. This is a higher level of knowing. It's not just a knowing, but it's an ascended level of knowing, because it's a knowledge that is becoming deeper in the soul right now. So this is really a good card for our feminine energies. It's quite interesting that the bottom of the deck for our feminine energies is power. If you've watched my masculine reading, you'll see the same card emphasized with the masculine, and I feel very much that we need to see both readings for this month, because they're fully connected. And again, this is a representation of our divine feminine reaching more and more of their inner power. They're really standing in their own power. They're a representation of their own power. And they're not afraid to become who they are. They're not afraid to really fully show themselves out in the open. Because before some of them had some fears, but again, this is the inner strength. This is them powerfully standing for what they represent. This is a really, really good card for our feminine. When it comes to romance, the first card is chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. I feel this is about the connection with the divine masculine. This is a lot about twin flames. This is really about twin flames, or the divine counterpart that is going to be connecting with you in this current life. I feel sometimes that the feminine does not fully see how their energy and their essence is something that is very attractive to their masculine counterpart. I feel very much this is about them trusting that the connection and the bond between them and their divine counterpart, their twin flame, has so much chemistry in it, because it's just based on past lives. It's based on their current connection in this physical. And the guys want to emphasize that the feminine need to understand that there's a lot of chemistry between the two divine energies. So it's a really cute card. The second card is true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. So I feel this is I feel that some of the divine feminine are going to be reconnecting with their divine counterpart. So I feel very much their twin flame might circle back into their life right now. I see it more as that kind of connection coming back. That this is a connection that is going to persist in this lifetime. I apologize. This is because I'm outdoors. It's quite interesting, and I'm getting some kind of connections with this card. This again is is the twin flames, and at the back here there's an angel, and I feel that the guys really want to say with this is there's so many spirits and so many guides that are working to support the feminine energy in their connection with a divine counterpart. This is about this is again a confirmation about twin flames, that sometimes we don't really fully see that there's so many other forces, there's so many other wonderful spirits of love and light that work behind the scenes to make things happen, for the bond between flames to be fully manifested in the physical. So this is a really cute card. Again, another confirmation: romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. It's a reminder for the feminine energies not to leave their feelings of unconditional love towards their divine masculine, because it's when we close a connection and keep when we have an expectation or a specific need to hear something specific, or we want our divine counterpart to take certain actions, we forget to have the feeling of unconditional love towards our divine partner. And this is this card, the guides really wanted to emphasize that we always have to be in a state of unconditional love with our divine counterparts, because that's really how we nurture the bond between us and between them. So again, there's a couple of angels up here, because that again, this connection is divinely guided, is divinely planned, and is divinely being supported by spirits of love and light, by the angels, by many ascended masters as well. So we should not have any fear with it. We just really need to embrace this whole idea of being in a state of unconditional love. When it comes to careers or finances, I got a couple of really interesting cards for the feminine. So I'm gonna go with the first, because I feel that the second one is a response to that first one. Four of Earth, being too frivolous or too cautious with money, good business decisions, giving to those less fortunate. Sometimes when we interpret this card, it's about someone who's being so careful with their money. But I feel very much with this card, I'm looking at the number 4, and when I see the number 4, I feel more about the foundations of life. So I feel that we're creating foundations of abundance in our life right now. Feminine energies are creating all the sources of what is going to help them have an abundant life when it comes to their careers, finances, and their material life. I feel with this that the guides really want to show that they have all what it takes right now to have an abundant life, and it's a real call to embrace more the energy of abundance rather than the energy of lack. The word lack and loss are being emphasized here in this reading, and the guys are really mentioning both. They're saying that when we embrace the concepts of abundance, we actually attract more abundant opportunities into our life, because we're really working on those foundations right now, and we need to fully understand how we are bringing in more abundant opportunities in our lives. I feel very much doors are going to be opened that will bring things that we really feel are for our highest good. The second card also came with a number 4. This is the 4 of Fire. Fire really represents our creative abilities, contentment, peace, and abundance, a happy home life, the successful completion of a project. I feel that's the confirmation of what the first card is all about, is embracing the mentality of abundance, because right now we already, the feminine energies feel an abundant life, because they have everything that they really need right now, and whatever they need is going to be fully provided to them. I feel some of them are getting some breakthroughs in their careers and finances. Like some events have started to happen, or already happened, or about to happen, that will create a jump in their careers and in their finances. So I feel very much this is There's so much abundance that's coming with this card. And the other thing too, which is about this card, is some of the divine feminine are going to be connecting with a lover. Like I feel someone's moving into someone's home, which again will help with creating more sources of abundance in the feminine's life. This card is again is about happy family lives, romantic relationships, romantic connections to our material life. So I feel some divine feminine are going to be working hand in hand with their divine masculine in on mission and on life purpose, and because of that combination, they're gonna open up more doors of abundance in their life, financial, love, romance, connections, and people, friendships as well. Again, when we talk about abundance, doesn't mean that you have to be rich or your bank has so much money in it, but really is about embracing the moment and having a gratefulness for what you currently have. So I feel definitely some of them, someone is getting an invitation for a new project, a new cycle of abundance, a new door of opportunity is going to open up for them. As a combination with a divine masculine, or also I feel with soul family. So and I know earlier I mentioned the connection with soul family and the connection with our past life companions. It's a good abundant reading for our feminine. I feel very much this is a really, again, a commendation for hard work, because the feminine have been fully embracing their mission and their life purpose, and they've been really working hard on healing situations that they have had because of their ego. This is our reading for our feminine energies for the month of July. I really enjoyed this one. I feel good connections coming for our feminine energies. They are really going to see a lot of rewards showing up because of their dedication and because of their tireless work towards embracing their ascension and embracing their connections to their people who are on their same mission, or people who are like-minded. And July is going to be a pivotal month when it comes to that, because we're going to see things that are going to be just kind of like, I feel this is just the top of the iceberg, but not in a bad way, but really just they're just going to see hints and samples of things that are going to come later on a much bigger scale. Like, we're going to see glimpses of things that are coming from our future, which is really in the now, but we're going to see glimpses of them, and it's like we're going to fully see a bigger picture of how, especially when careers and finances and mission as well, we're going to see the bigger picture, but we're going to see it in small little pieces right now. We're going to see samples of what the bigger picture would look like, but the bigger picture, once it starts to fully materialize, is going to be in a much bigger scale, and something that's going to be beyond our expectations. With this, I hope that you have a great month, and I look forward to another reading for our feminine energies.